Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I'm your host Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host Spooge.
Hello.
And as always, we have 3 rules we gotta give before we get into the review proper. First rule is our rating must be a 5 out of 5, 1 being we hate it, 5 being we love it. Number 2, we can only give a Jeff Goldblum if the movie makes us want our money back. And number 3, we can only give a God tier a 6 out of 5 if we both agree. And in this week, we are reviewing Katasuma and 444444444.
Yes. And it's done by the director of and writer of the Joan series, The Curse 2, The Grudge, and The Grudge 2, and he also does the two American ones.
Nice.
And let me actually look up his name
And
because this is a student film.
yeah, it
I mean,
is.
it's very obvious.
Yeah, it's there. Well, that's super hard to find. We had to find them on YouTube, and we got lucky they weren't taken down yet.
Yeah. But
It,
which is good because these, I mean, I don't know actually about these ones, but the actual movie that it'll lead into only ever had like a release in Denmark, like outside, like in a couple other like countries, but never any English or uh like Western release, really, like other than Denmark.
gotcha.
And it was because it was a TV original movie, and these ones are just the ones we just watched now are 2 years before that, and these are right out of he's still in film school, and these are kind of like a proof of concept of like what he's planning on making, which I think he didn't really. I don't know, but it almost seemed like I don't like this first one. We'll start into it in the corner, which is what it
uh,
translates
well,
to.
I was out before we get into it proper. Let's go ahead and give our ratings, which we
Oh
both
yeah.
agree that. And I want to explain we are reviewing these as a whole and not separately.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we both agree that together they are 3.5.
3.5, yeah, for a short film, and it's definitely and I definitely give it the 0.52 just because I'm anticipating of what it's going to be.
I
You know,
just,
if these are just kind of like random ones by themselves and then never became anything, maybe it'd be a little lower. Maybe just like a
I,
3.
I wouldn't have lowered it. I liked the four. I liked 44444.
Yeah,
It
that
was
one
a
definitely.
nice little
That's
one.
when I think he kind of was getting better with and why that one works better is when things he started using absurdism a little bit good, like a little better.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely, and to be honest, even though it was shorter, so the pacing had to be a little bit better, the pacing is
Mhm.
also better as well.
Yeah, and the director is Takashi Shimizu,
Hmm. But yeah,
and
these were nice little. The actors in it, they played their parts well.
yeah, and I definitely think that it's definitely just a it's really what I love about these two is like watching them start to perfect when it starts getting to the next film when we actually watch, which is going to be the next review, or this is might be connected. This is
Oh,
probably connected to it.
that
But
it is connected to it. Yeah, yeah.
okay, good.
We're just gonna segue into the next film.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
これ女の子ですね。
are back with the Joan the Curse after the
Yes.
first one. Same rules apply that we did in the intro.
Hmm.
And
And
this will
yes,
definitely be
this is
a.
Joe on the Curse, and I want to clarify this is Joe on the Curse Part 1 and Part 2 that we're
Yes, thank you.
reviewing as one.
Thank you for clarifying that. Yes, it is part 1 and part 2. We are reviewing them as a whole instead of separately.
Yes, because it's kind of how it was kind of supposed to be. Why it wasn't was because this was like it had to be split into two parts for it was like as a little like TV special on like a dead
That would
Japanese
explain
channel.
that explained the vibe that I was getting because it, like I said while we were watching it, I got hard Japanese adaptation of Ghost Whisperer,
Yeah.
especially with that one chick. Where every time she was on the screen, it would get really like heavy, feeling like, am I watching a Japanese adaptation of Ghost Whisperer?
Yeah, and the stock music and sound effects. I mean, we have a Halo song.
Oh yeah, there's a fucking Halo song in the middle of it that threw me off.
A sound effect that, yes, you pointed out among Naruto and many other animes, like used
Yeah,
when shit's getting serious too. The
yeah, there's so there. I hate to say it, though. Those are iconic sounds that people shouldn't be mad that they use. Just like be proud of yourself that you're actually able to recognize those sound effects.
Yeah.
And before we get into it properly, we both agree 4.5 for this one as a whole.
Yes. We are in agreement. Cue the handshake. The you know what handshake I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I'll pretend like I do, even though if I don't.
Yeah, I can tell you later. But anyway,
I have to say what cemented the extra 0.5 for me because this was at a 4.
I love the reasoning for this. I actually
the
I
one
do like
scene.
it too. I don't I want to I'm curious. Yeah, go on. I'm curious of how you took that scene.
It just throughout this whole thing, it was like so serious. There's like there's no wackiness whatsoever. There's no goofiness.
Mm.
And then out of nowhere, I don't know if it was supposed to be wacky. I kind of feel guilty for laughing at the dude.
You know, what I found is that it was kind when I and watching it again too. It was like it wasn't scary, but it was very uncomfortable and funny. But I think it did kind of seem like someone like
It did not
fucking
make
whacking
me.
out.
Unfortunately, that's not why I find it funny. I just find it hilarious. I'm not disturbed by it at all. I just the execution of that scene was perfect. To be honest, I'm torn if I'm gonna use it at the beginning of this review or at the end of the review, like I've been doing.
Do it at the
You know,
beginning.
you know I'm using that scene.
Do it at the beginning. Because either way, it'll get people's attention.
Oh shit! Oh my god! I fucking. Oh god! That scene was. I can't. I can't control myself laughing thinking about that scene. Oh man! But yeah, and of course, like I said, that they really nailed the atmosphere in the before that scene. I will say after that scene, I I couldn't get back into the atmosphere. That scene blew the atmosphere away from me.
Mm.
But But it didn't subtract from the film. It just I'm
Yeah.
glad they kind of stuck with the goofiness a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think that is sort of like the fine line that you because as I said, this kind of plays with it, and they'll play with it a lot more in the next two, and I think a lot better in the actual theatrical ones. But with the play of like absurdism, um, and sometimes if you don't quite nail it, or if it doesn't quite jog with like someone else, because it's very like it's like music, it's kind of it's kind of random if it'll strike you or not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For like of like absurdist horror. It's like it's either gonna be fucking hilarious, which is we'll have to watch House sometime, which
Gotcha. Gotcha.
and or or it'll be fucking the most frightening shit, and you won't be able to even fucking explain why.
Well, the explanation is the uncomfortable uncanniness of the situation. Like
Yeah.
it's a surreal situation that can happen in real life, but when it does, when it's actually happening in real life, then shit's
Mm.
serious. Because I'm not gonna lie, if someone was acting like that dude in real life, I would I would probably be laughing out of being uncomfortable, but just for the simple fact that there was no hinting towards it whatsoever that it was gonna happen, and I was kind of on edge the whole time because I'm not gonna lie, even though you say there's no wells, the shit goes up to fucking 1,000 for me when the a whale gets introduced, because that's the only thing that's holding this back from me shitting my pants. Is there's not she's not crawling out of a well.
Yeah, that's one of the things I get kind of sad is that sometimes this kind of does get like compared. We'll have to do Ringu too sometime, but that'll have to be in person for me to hold your hand.
Because of my whale stipulation.
Yeah. But yeah, and this one, like I watched this one like after the fact. This isn't the first one that I watched, and the one that got me in love with the franchise too. I watched this after the fact because this is hard to fucking find. Like
I
we're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm glad that I got to experience the franchise before I watched this, because there's the franchise itself gave so much context to this, and this gives so much context to the franchise, so it was feeding onto each other, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah, and ooh,
Because it'll be like,
fucking
oh, this makes sense because this happens in the film, and oh shit, that event that happens in the film makes sense because this is happening in this.
mhm. Yeah, and the I'll just explain like if it would have ended with the realtor's parents' death, like as a whole. I'm talking about like even with the curse part two as a part of it. This would have been
But we wouldn't have
this
got my
this would have been a
scene.
five for me.
We wouldn't have got my scene though.
Yeah, I mean, it was good that we got that scene too, but that just felt like a good ending, or even
My
just with the
scene
detectives dying.
to be honest, my scene would have been a good, just if they ended it on that uncomfortable uncanniness. That would have been something.
Yeah, just because I really think that the very last sequence botches it, just like with all the like grudges dancing or croaking in the rain like the dancing frogs. Like
I, they reminded me of fucking what happens when you wake up one of my exes.
yeah. but but if we were doing them separately, I would give the curse part one a five because of where it ends. It ends at the death of the teacher. I can't remember his name in it. I mean, it's not really spoilers. Everyone's gonna fucking die in this. No one gets away from the fucking curse.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, I have to say, as a whole, it definitely is a 4.5. If I was rating them separately, uh, the first one would probably get a 3 for me, and the
First one would.
the first one would definitely get a 3 for me, and then the second
Mm.
one would have saved the franchise and would get a 4 for me.
Hmm.
So, and them put together just kind of sells the whole
Yeah,
package.
I
It
agree
kind
with that. I think
so
that's
that's
how you
why
should
it
watch
gets
it.
a bump. You should
Hmm.
definitely watch it. How I'm not I'm kind of scared to shout out the channel because I don't want to get pulled.
Yeah, just I mean, just it's the first thing that comes up.
Okay, good. All right, well, yeah, just search Joe on the Curse.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
the only way you can watch
that's
it in
the
English
channel's
anyway.
what the channel's called anyway. So hopefully that
Yeah,
channel's like gets a legitimacy to it so it can stay up.
yeah, and oh yeah, just but it's mainly for the first one. It just how that scene ending, because how I watched it was actually like watching Curse Part One, and then I had to go to bed because I got like real tired, and then I had to watch it the next day, like the second one the next day. So like it was just such a strong ending too. Just the fucking with a fucking I always forget the husband's name, Kayoko's husband. Just like that phone call scene as just a as a start as the start to like such a already iconic scene too. I mean, of her coming down the stairs, but just before that though, just with I mean, we got our baby death. I mean, fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
That was a
like.
brutal fucking scene of just him beating it around.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh, that scene was fucking great. They were filming that like in the middle of nowhere and some poor bystander was out on a stroll while they were filming and he was caught in the background. And as
Yeah.
soon as you can see as soon as the trash bag starts moving, he fucking starts booking it, man. He's like, "Nope, not even gonna."
Oh shit. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that if that's not a background actor, if that's just a motherfucker that's just like, oh
Yeah,
no.
just like I am not dealing with that.
And God, that was definitely one of like that's just like the scene of I mean you've already established that she's in the attic, her body's in the attic and like wrapped in plastic, but then you like even later you goes down like after that call, then you just hearing the plastic crumpling and the thump out of the attic first, and the slow crinkling and crinkling until I get to the stairs, and then you start seeing her crawling down.
See, that's the problem with you that you're actually like getting legit flight scared in this situation. In this situation, I'm getting fight scared. Like I this guy it's just fucking annoying to me, so I'm like, "Come on then, let's fucking go. You want to fucking make goddamn noise like that? Let's go." I'm the
I
dumbass
ain't
that
fighting no kid. No meowing kids. If I bite me.
I'm sorry, but if there is
See,
ever a
and
me
that's this is
if a
why
fucking if a
no,
meowing kid ever grabs
I
onto
just
my
figured
arm,
it
I
out.
am punching that meowing kid so fucking hard.
See, you totally got it. You totally got it. I'm the dude making that noise. That's why you can't relate to that dude. But when I see that shit, I'm like, oh, good God. Go.
Yeah, I just when you start
Zoinks!
when you start freaking out, I start laughing at you for some reason.
See, I go
You're
zoinks, and then I jump in your arms.
oh shit.
And you want to pull the mask off.
It can't be real, damn it.
I was like, man, I just want my chicken sandwich.
And I'm just like, come on, Shaggy, it's just a meth whore.
Not gonna lie, there's one part that I did get a little uncomfortable, and I got up and I made a taco chicken sandwich.
While we were watching this.
Yeah.
Holy shit, yes.
It
Is
was
that when
because
you said back? Was that when you said back?
yeah. I mean, no, no, no. That's not what I said back.
Okay,
It was
okay,
I did it after because I watched
okay.
my favorite scene, and my favorite scene made me fucking all like hyper and shit, and kind of freaked out. And then it was it was the realtor scene, and it was kind of like a lot of explanation there going through the house, and there's not a lot of scenes until like I got back to and caught some of those ones. But I was like, okay, good. I just need to. I need
Yeah, I
something to
get
eat now.
you. Oh shit. Oh, that is classic. Oh, that's great.
God damn it! We I guess we found that mystery. What?
Oh shit.
But I ain't dealing with no fucking Kayako bitch.
Oh well, if see now here's the thing. She'll fucking. I'm going to assume she can like figure out your fears or something because she's able to definitely like play trump up the fear
Mm-hmm.
aspect of the. So she would definitely learn that I had a thing for like against wells or something, and
Oh
she
yeah.
definitely like incorporate that into her act for me.
And let's actually go into something. There's one thing that this movie will establish, and one of my favorite things about this is that this bitch can appear out of no like anywhere.
Yeah, well, I
You
was
just
actually about to get in why the whale aspect. It kind of we can kind of it kind of correlates with what you want to get into. The
mm-hmm.
reason why the whale aspect of the whole situation makes this much more scarier is you can't really escape the well if she drags you into the well.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it. Anywhere else though, like come on, fight that bitch.
Mm-hmm. There's
like fucking
because
swing
there
on her.
and this will get into and I'll just do a little like sneak peek for the next film of the one that actually is the one that kind of scarred me a little bit as just not even as a fucking kid as like a I guess like young teenager. It was like when I was like it was like I because I as like throughout even up to 13 I kind of always had like I know ghosts and shit aren't real, but when like freaky supernatural shit starts I fucking zip out. Like I'm the kid. I was like for the longest time the kid that would like the light wouldn't work in the basement, and then I had to get something down there and I'd have to just sprint down, grab it, then sprint back up.
Uh, Oh, I wish we grew up together because I was the kid that wanted to go fucking face that shit.
Yep, I'm oh fuck.
like, uh,
I've had a sister. I've had a fucking sister who used to enjoy closing the door and like holding it shut while I was in the dark.
and it's from the one that I don't expect to do that. Holy shit!
Oh yeah.
It's the
there's a
it's
there was
the
a
other one
weird
that I
like there's a
expected.
weird 5 years when she just heavily bullied me.
Oh, that's classic. That's fucking classic. I expect the oldest one to be the bully.
Nah.
Oh man, that's great though.
but
But this was a great film.
I'm not done.
Yeah, I know.
Where was I? But there. Oh yeah, for the next film, the next film, I'm not gonna go into the actual scene, but it was the one that actually scarred me, and it wasn't even the one that redoes the stair scene. It's I won't go into it though, but it's you'll probably know it.
Okay, good. Yeah.
It was
See, and I've been thinking. Well, I've been kind of thinking this in the back of my head. They could completely subvert my fear by having someone swing on her, and it completely like not work in their favor.
that might happen in two,
Like literally, just
which
have someone. Like just have
two is I
someone
think is the best one.
and have her like grab their arm and fuck their arm up or something. Because that's my main deal when it comes to ghost horror in
Mm-hmm.
general is yeah most of the time you can't even like touch them because they're ethereal, you know,
Yeah.
But fucking I just wish there would be one stupid person that, like me, would just, take a jab at them.
Hmm.
And you could do a funny comical scene of their fist going through the ghost and hitting something, or fucking it could go for comical, but when the fist goes through the ghost, they accidentally punch something spiky or something and fuck their hand up.
Hmm.
Like there's so much potential you could do with them fighting the ghost, but no one actually ever does that. And then when it does, it's always the super retarded person that goes too hard with it. I want a more natural reaction of, oh shit, fuck, bam,
Hmm.
instead of, oh, I'm gonna get a chainsaw and fight a fucking zombie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, shit. I had something. Um, Also with there is kind of rules that it's kind of establishing too. And I'm gonna go back to an old review, or at least back to a tsunami. Is that we'll start finding out throughout this series that the same rules that apply in Jujutsu Kaisen kind of apply here.
Okay, cool. Fuck
Because
yeah.
she is.
Nice. Okay, that's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm. Because you could kind of see too, because I think they go more into it, and then in the what I call the bad sequels, they go way too much into it.
Gotcha.
uh, but it pretty much like I think we've seen like when someone opens the door and then like the world isn't quite right, and like then people could be in the same house and not notice it. It's almost like you get kind of sucked into a
Her
dimension,
domain. Yeah, her
her
domain. Yeah.
domain. Which is very
Yeah.
much based in the house, or like even like the school kind of becomes it.
All
Is
right.
anything
Cool.
that
Cool.
she touches too. I mean, that's a pretty much a thing. I mean, it's the curse. It just keeps going and going.
Well, is there anything that we can get into for this?
um. Oh yeah. Was there any more? What? There's a lot of cool little background things. I think you missed one of them.
Yeah, because I was too busy because I could have swore that she was gonna kill him in the window. That's what I
Mm,
was. I thought that he was a nonchalant character. I didn't think he was gonna pop back up. That
mm.
because I don't remember him at all. Like I don't remember the teacher character whatsoever, and throughout the rest of this, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
because he was the whole well in this one what it says is that he's the whole reason why this happened because she's has been locking eyes on him, and we don't know if it's true, but Kayako's husband believes that that Toshio isn't even his and belongs to the teacher, and that's why like the picture in the diary is a good indicator is that it's scratched out. It wasn't Kayako that scratched out the face. It was with the husband who discovered the diary and saw that she's been obsessing over this guy, and that's
Yeah,
why
yeah. I just
he went and found the teacher's house and then killed his wife and took out killed the baby, cut it out. He
oh
said like,
yeah,
"Hey, we're trading, basically trading kids."
that was and I'm also gonna mention that whole made me want a premise for a movie where there is a dude, there is no supernatural elements. It is just about a dude going after a person and trying to, and that's how the movie ends with the him actually succeeding. Just like
Mm.
just have it like be a psychological horror of this family fucking running away from this one dude that's killed his own family thinking that it wasn't his and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been that would be a great movie. But other than that,
Mhm.
is there anything else we can get into? We kind of got to wrap this up.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. No.
All right. If you've been listening this long, thank you so much. Please like, comment, dislike, or share the video around. And share the video around. My bad. Uh, Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Do you have a sign off, Spooge?
What horror movie makes you crappy pants? Put it in the comments below.
We might review it one day.
Yeah.
All right, and this will be bye bye.
Bye bye.